Hello, Steve here. Hey, this morning I'm going to make biscuits and gravy in the sagebrush. We'll call them Sagebrush Biscuits and Gravy. But first of all, I need to find some wood. And you can see there's a lot of snow out here right in the middle of winter. So I'm just going to see what kind of standing deadwood I can find out here in the sagebrush. Well, it was a pretty cold night last night, and there's hoarfrost on all of the standing deadwood. But I think it'll brush off fairly easy and won't really be a problem for me. Okay, I think I have enough wood, and I think I'm going to set up this project underneath that juniper tree right there. I'm going to set up a couple of fireboxes here because I'm going to have baking going on as well as making the gravy. And I'm going to set this up to with a preload so I can get some nice hot coals kind of established, and then I'll probably just side feed it. I'm just going to horizontally kind of crisscross this fuel in here. Now this is sagebrush, and it's not really big diameter sagebrush, it's kind of small sticks and whatnot. So it's going to burn down really fast. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pack this full. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this second firebox started. I've got this lighter here that my kids gave me for Christmas. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up the zebra pot. Here's my sausage. Go ahead and set this other stuff aside. And I'll get my pot grabber out of here. And we'll start cooking this sausage up. We'll go ahead and get this sausage cooked up. I'm going to go ahead and get some sticks loaded in the side feeds so they can get going here, because that wood that's inside is, while it's still putting out a pretty good flame, it's not going to last much longer. I can see it's pretty much burned out. The fuel is pretty much burned out of it. So let's go ahead and get some sticks here in the side feeds, and this should give me a nice kind of regulated flame. See that nice flame there? That's just those 4 sticks. You know, it really doesn't take a lot. And I think that sausage is just about perfect. A little tab of butter going in there. And I do have some cooking oil. I'm going to put some of that in there as well. And let's go ahead and start making some roux. The trick to roux is you just got to keep it moving. You don't want to burn it. And the more it's cooked, the less thickening that it will provide. You know, if you don't cook it long enough, then you'll have that flavor of raw uncooked roux, which is undesirable. So you want a low temperature, and you just kind of want to keep it bubbling, you know, for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. You can see I've just got a small controlled flame in here. I'll go ahead and push these sticks in a little further. Okay, I'm just going to let that fire go out now. I'll need it again here in a minute, but right now I'm going to get my oven going. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this set up in the baking position here and start getting my oven preheated. Just like so. Okay, so there you can see inside how I've got those rocks in there. That's just thermal mass. I'll spread those out so they have contact with the actual metal, the stainless steel of the pot. Those will help absorb heat and store heat, and so that once I get this warmed up real good, then it'll stay hot. Put on the oven door. Okay, while that oven is preheating, I'm going to get these biscuits ready. I'm going to go ahead and cut this butter into little tabs. And I guess it's important for the butter to be real cold. I've never made biscuits before. This is my first time, so we'll see how this goes. I'm just letting these tabs of butter drop into my bag of flour. So I've got 1 cube of butter, and I've got 2½ cups of flour. Just kind of knead that flour and just push the flour into the butter. Okay, now that I've got the butter incorporated into the flour, I'm going to add my 2½ teaspoons of baking powder and probably about a tablespoon of sugar. Seal it up and give that a little mix. So now that that's mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and put in my egg. My 1 egg. So here's my milk. Let's go ahead and get that mixed together. Yeah, I think this consistency might work out pretty good. What I've got going on here is I've got the oven roof rack in place with some Easy Light fire starters. And now I'm going to stack up some charcoal on top of the Easy Light fire starter chunks. And I'm going to try to get this charcoal lit right up here on the top of this oven. Let's go ahead and light this Easy Light fire starter. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just prepare my pan here. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on top. I've got a piece of tin foil that's folded in half in the bottom. And I'm just going to spread some oil out here. And I don't want this to be too thick. So I'm just going to do a little something like that. One big biscuit. That ought to be great. Okay, my oven's up to temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and put my biscuits in. And the hot coals on top, using the Easy Light fire starter, seems to have worked really well. The hot coals, or the charcoal, just the natural lump charcoal that I used, is really looking nice. I think that it's going to work out great. Okay, so I've got my milk heating up here, And I want to kind of do that slowly, just because I am using stainless steel, and milk does scald, you know, fairly easily. So I'm going to let that warm up. Once the milk is hot, then I'll add my roux and my sausage and get that all thickened up, and then by that time my biscuits should be done. Okay, my milk is starting to steam a little bit, so we're getting there. Once again, I'm trying to just move kind of nice and easy with my milk. I don't want to burn it. And then I noticed my oven temperature, at least on my top half, had gone down just a little bit. So what I'm doing is just stoking the hot coals by blowing on them. Okay, I think my milk is hot enough. I'm going to go ahead and put my roux back in. Now it's got some roux and some sausage there. So we'll just slowly try to incorporate that. I think my biscuits are pretty much done. I'm just trying to brown them up a little bit by getting the top of this oven nice and hot. Okay, my battery in my video camera died on me. Didn't quite last the duration, so I'm using my camera, my phone now. But this gravy's looking really nice. It's thick. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my biscuits and let's see what we have. I'm going to need to set down my phone though, because it takes 2 hands to open up this oven door. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, time to see what we have here. I hope they browned up on top. Hey, look at that. That actually looks really nice. That is one heck of a biscuit, isn't it? Now let's see what the bottom looks like. See, that pan's still pretty hot. Oh, and look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's crack this open and see if it's cooked all the way through. And it is definitely cooked all the way through. Look at that. It's just flaky and beautiful. I'm really proud of myself. This is the first time I've ever made biscuits. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of break this up right into my gravy. I'm just going to leave this right up here on the heat. And wow, I'm excited. This is going to be really good. Okay, I'm going to get some salt into my gravy. Get that mixed in before I get many more biscuits going in there. Let's see how that tastes. Might need a little more. That's perfect. Okay, let's get some pepper going in there. Once again, I'm shaking this camera like crazy. I just don't know how to hold it more steady. Okay, now we can get some more of these beautiful biscuits up here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of set them on the edge there, break them off and get them into my gravy as I go. And you can see that heat is just keeping that boiling just a little bit, keeping it bubbling anyway. Really beautiful simmer temperature. And wow, I'm looking forward to this. Wow, that's delicious. Let's see if I can break off some of this biscuit here. I love how nice and brown the bottom got. Just creates a really nice texture. Nice and crunchy brown. Wow. That is really good. Woo. Very, very hot. See if I can break off some of this biscuit here. I love how nice and brown the bottom got. Just creates a really nice texture. Nice and crunchy brown. Wow. That is really good. Woo. Very, very hot. Well, I thank you all for joining me for this little project with the dual fireboxes going, one with the oven and one making gravy. And I'd say it turned out pretty darn successfully. So I'm just going to say goodbye now, and I'm going to finish my breakfast and ask you all to please, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, you know, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more. And please check out my website, fireboxstove.com, where a lot of this gear and a lot of this stuff that I've used today is available. So thank you all, and please leave a comment. I love interacting and hearing your thoughts and knowing how maybe you would do it differently or whatever else. It's a great learning experience, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Well, I've almost finished my biscuit. There's my last bite. Really turned out good. Ash and I are just going to go for a little hike. I've got plenty of